Hey everybody, welcome back to American Government and Politics Political Science 101 at Simmons College. Thank you all for watching and commenting on the last video. I know quite a few of you have done that, and thank you, almost all of you, have gotten your quizzes in. At this point, I'm now officially counting them as late and taking off points, but please get them in because you can still make a good grade, I promise. Those of you that have submitted quizzes, again, you've done pretty well. The grades are good. Proud of the work you all are doing so far. And as I told you before, the only thing I care about is whether or not you learn the basic building blocks and importance and significance of American government and politics. And if I can tell that from the quiz, then you get a good grade. All right. Moving into this next part of the semester, we've got a quiz coming up a little less than a month from now. I believe it's on March 15th. And to that end, we're going to talk about the stuff on the supplement to the syllabus to get you ready for that quiz. Some other important stuff, some things that really have a lot to do with how government works and also how it impacts us. Again, what I want you to know from this semester, from this course, is how government impacts you and why you should care, why Simmons College and other colleges, most colleges across the United States, make students take this course in government, political science. Hopefully we'll cover some of that and get into some of that in the next few weeks. Let's talk about political parties and to step back a minute and talk about political ideologies. I believe I pointed out in the last video that your ideology is the position, your thought process, your beliefs about certain issues. In the American political system today, there are two major parties. Again, there are quite a few parties, but two big ones that run the government. Between them, they share the responsibility of running the federal government, every state government, and most local governments. Those, of course, are the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. What are the differences in the two parties? Well, to know about that, to really discuss that properly, we need to discuss or understand liberal and conservative ideology. You may hear this referred to as left or right. If someone says, oh, that politician's on the left, that politician's on the right. What does that mean? Does that literally mean left and right side of something? Not literally, but it figuratively does. It's a metaphor that comes to us from French political history, the 18th century, the 1700s, during the French Revolution. The conservatives, the people who wanted government to stay the same and not have a whole lot of changes, they were loyal to the King of France. And when the French Parliament gathered to meet, as Congress in the United States gathers to meet in person, the loyalists, the conservatives, set on the right of the president. Loyalists meaning loyal to the king. They did not want the French monarchy to fall. The people who wanted revolution, who wanted change, who wanted to overthrow the monarchy, the end of the king ruling France, they sat on the left of the president. So I told you I'm not good with dates, but it was 1780 something, I believe. I know it was in the 18th century. From that point on, in the Western world, we start talking about left and right politicians. The left are the progressives, the ones who represent themselves as wanting change. Sometimes radical change, sometimes just slight change. And then on the right, those are conservatives. Now, today it's not always a literal representation, but it's still a very important distinction to understand. Liberals, conservatives, left, right. That's what that stuff means. If you see a news story, you hear a news story that's like, oh, well, the liberals want this and the conservatives want that. Left, right. Left, liberal, right conservative. That's all that means. Well, I say that's all that means as if it's something simple. Is it something simple? It's a little more complicated than that. In the 21st century, in the United States, everyone's beliefs and ideologies are different, but generally, liberals have certain beliefs. Liberals, people on the left of the political aisle, have certain beliefs in common, and conservatives, or on the right of the political aisle, they have certain things in common. I'm going to speak in very broad strokes at the risk of oversimplification, because it's important to get those broad strokes and understand kind of the gist of what it means to be liberal or conservative. And I see that my screen has frozen. I'm not sure why, but you should know that my audio continues to record, so maybe just ignore the video and check out the audio from now on for this particular lecture. Liberals in the United States today tend to agree that the government at all levels should be spending more money, more resources on helping low-income individuals. What conservatives would call welfare, liberals would call social programs, things that actually directly help people who do not have enough income and resources on their own to make ends meet. Conservatives tend to take a top-down approach, believing that if you require corporate employers to pay less in taxes, then it will benefit their employees. An example of a conservative politician today would be Mitch McConnell. A very conservative politician would be Donald Trump. On the left side of things, liberals in this country today, some people might call President Joe Biden a liberal. If you think that he is radically liberal, then I think you have a very loose concept of modern American politics. A liberal in politics today would be someone like Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. These are folks, or Senator Bernie Sanders would be a good example of a liberal today in the United States. They believe the government should be spending a lot more resources on helping low-income, underprivileged individuals. So, I'm going to try to wrap this video up soon, because I see my video feed is still frozen, but I believe the audio is still running. So, what you need to know from today's lecture is that there are two major political parties to which most American politicians belong, particularly at the federal and state levels. These parties are very powerful. And there are liberals and conservatives, left and right. And of the two parties, Democrat, Republican, Democrats identify with the left, and Republicans identify with the right. Now, we're going to elaborate on that a little bit more, and hopefully I can fix my video issue between now and next week. But for now, try to digest and understand what I was talking about with the different ideologies, left, right, liberal, conservative. If you have questions or comments about this, please let me know. Don't forget to post on this video that you've seen the video. That's how you get your attendance and participation grade for the semester. And everybody, please stay safe. I know in Kentucky you are blanketed with snow, and I hope that everyone's staying warm and staying safe. And I will talk to you all next week. Thank you so much.